G'day everyone, welcome to Getting the Jump ahead of Group 1 racing in Queensland and South Australia this week. The Scone Carnival's on in New South Wales. Marc Ohlmus is here and I want to get straight into it. Our two big races of the day we always start with because we're talking about one of the most debated horses in Australia. We're talking about the Doomben 10,000 and firstly, is it a two-horse race with the horse I'm alluding to, Nature Strip and Osborne Bulls, because the double figures the rest, Mark.
Yeah, exactly right. And as you say, Gerard, this horse always gets backed as soon as the market's open at Tab, and that's certainly the case as we film on a Wednesday, which is quite unbelievable, the money that's coming, the price, which you'll go deeper into.
One customer at Tab has had 200,000 to win
Remarkable.
415.
Yeah.
Today already, a bet of 100,000 at 220, 50 at 250 to $1.90. So on Wednesday alone, Nature Strip's been $3 into odds on.
Do they know something we don't, Gerard?
Well, no, it's just every time this horse runs, the punters can't get enough of it. It's won 10 or 15 starts. But you look at its Group 1 record, but it did, of course, break that Group 1 drought in the Galaxy last start. The big question, 1,200 metres.
Yeah, and look, the recent trial since, Gerard, they tried to take a sit. I noticed James McDonald was trying to sort of hold it up, but he couldn't. He just wanted to go to the front. And from barrier 11 with a stack of speed inside, I'm not sure it's Nature Strip's race, this 10,000 over 1,200 metres. Osborne Bulls looks likely. He's drawn inside. He's drawn perfectly. 4 Group 1 placings this season already, or this year. I like White Moss.
That's your overs play?
From an overs perspective, Gerard, she's been racing in super form. Mare's in form. We were joking about those old racing cliches off air. This is another one. The dreaded barrier 1, that's probably the only concern for me. But that's a price at $19 where you can say, look, we'll take on a few risks here, but she's racing in such good form, a stack of speed, like there was in the Sapphire last time. It looks to map out nicely for her to be able to run some sort of a race. Really good top 3 hope.
Yeah, I thought Champagne Cuddle's getting to double figure odds. She's been great in the last couple of starts in big Group 1s at a price, $10. Wide barrier, but I remember she started favourite in the Stradbroke last year and sort of got lost away.
You're still on about that Stradbroke for last year.
Yeah, well, she just didn't quite get some luck sort of sticking to the inside up the straight there.
Yeah, look, this 1,200 metre race, I think it'll throw up a rough result with the amount of speed that's in it. Nature Strip from the wide draw, I'm a Ripper, Manuel, dollar for dollar, the Bostonian. That first 100 metre or first couple of 100 metres before they hit the bend will be fascinating.
I think dollar for dollar is another one to watch this up in Brisbane as well. Let's go to the South Australian Derby there in Adelaide at Morphettville, race 7. Which form line is the right one? I mean, we've got Mr. Quickie, which has won 8 of 11.
Stable name Gerard, I've heard.
Yeah, and then we've got the Anthony Freedman horses, Declaration of Heart, Ridgewood Drive, and Chapata coming from Sydney form lines. There's been bets for Star Missile, which was a length off Declaration of Heart the other day. It's been 19 into 16, best backed at a price. Mr. Quickie, though, the one they have to go past.
I say stable name Gerard, meaning that he wins all the time. Gerard, you're a winner. You're a winner. Classic Wayway for me, Gerard. Classic Wayway was super in the chairman's behind Declaration of Heart and Star Missile. They're longer in betting, yet Declaration of Heart, who looks like a real winner, it has to be said, and he's at a nice each way price. No knock on him. But Classic Wayway pulled the head off, and as seen by trainer, master, Tony McAvoy, taking the blinkers off, hopefully get this horse to settle. Wide draw, somewhat of an issue, but 3 wide with a bit of cover. We saw last week over 2,000 metres, House of Cartier, 3 wide, around the bend with a little bit of cover, worked into the race nicely. So might be in a good spot, Classic Wayway. $21 did we get? Yeah, I think that's a more than reasonable price.
That's his overs play there for Marc. Classic Wayway in the SA Derby. Okay, overs, unders time. And firstly, we're going to what I think is a pretty deep mile handicap there at Doomben, race number 7 on Saturday. And the favourite, Gem Song.
Yeah, look, willing to pot it just at the price again, about $2.80, Gerard, taking on some
$4.20 to $2.80 on Wednesday.
Really well back. $4.20, more than acceptable price to have a bet about Gem Song. I just think in this race, you've got some older, more seasoned horses, the likes of Tom Melbourne, Planciel, Savico, Group 1 winner over in New Zealand. Fierce Impact, depending on where they go, I think he's in for a really big winter. This is where he can really thrive. Bit of sun on the back, but I think Gem Song just too short, and that dreaded barrier 1, Gerard, especially at a track like Doomben, I don't like it.
I'll tell you what's interesting in that race. Music Magnate, up to a mile.
Yes, for the first time.
$19.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Can go around without me, though.
Okay, let's go to the Doomben 10,000 here. We've already touched on it.
Yeah, Nature's Strip.
Overs.
No.
Unders.
Come on, Gerard. At $1.85 about a horse that has won over 1,200 metres, but not at the top level. He can go around at that price without me. Just, again, that first 200 metres will be enthralling watching. I'm really looking forward to seeing what James does. I mean, keep an eye out for the stewards on Twitter, and if they say anything, change of tactics, go back, whatever, just keep an eye out for anything to happen from now until then, especially in the market. $1.85 is a ridiculous price for a horse that's not proven over 1,200.
Oh, yeah, but look at the money. Now we're going to the Dark Jewel at Scone on Saturday. And
happy to be wrong for that one punter that's on at 200,000 though.
$6 the field, the Dark Jewel. Great carnival, Scone. And you're going to a Matty Smith runner there?
Yeah, the supremely bred Aqua Divina by Piero out of Aqua D'Amour. Wonderful mare she was. Missed the start by 65 lengths. No, by about 4 or 5 lengths last start in the Hawkesbury Crown. Should have finished closer. I thought the first up run was superb. Second up stats read very, very nicely. $19. We can have a play there.
$19 for Aqua Divina in the Dark Jewel. I like it. Toting around, there's a $50,000 trifecta jackpot for UTAB customers for the Doomben 10,000 on Saturday. So we've got to play here. And looking at your numbers, I was looking for number 2, Nature Strip. Haven't got it, obviously, for first, nor for second.
Swamped late. Finished third, I reckon, potentially. No, look,
but if anything, he's going to be leading and probably...
Yeah,
lead.
I think if he gets caught around that, Benny's Cactus.
Okay.
So, and there's a really high chance of that happening. So I've gone with Osborne Bull's Tactical Advantage. Champagne Colours on White Moss in for first, and you can play around with the rest of them.
Okay, $100 will get you around 125% there. Specking futures time, and you're going to the Queensland Derby, and one maybe out of the rough habit.
Yeah, this horse caught my eye in the Gunsynd. First up, was just back with them, but the way it hit the line later, man to match I speak of for Tony Gollan, was really impressive, and I really like that Larry Cassidy stays aboard. So it must be his Derby ride. Looking forward to seeing it run in the rough habit this weekend. Obviously, very, very hard to beat will be the favourite deal maker, but I still think he's a risk. At $11 this weekend, $26 into the Derby will make him our futures play.
Of course, Dark Dream won the rough habit last year, then beat Nods On in the Grand Prix, then came out, won the Queensland Derby.
Now in Hong Kong.
The early arrival time, your overs play of the week. Mark, where are we going?
Yeah, we'll go back to the Tab, South Australian Derby. Classic Way, Gerard. I think blinkers off. Hopefully settle a little bit better. 3 wide in the running line. We'll be there in the finish. Hopefully we get a nice each-way price.
Okay, I'm sticking to the same race.
We will get a nice each-way price.
How good's Damien Oliver going?
Yeah, 2 from 2 Group 1s last week.
Well, I'm on. Grinzinger Star, lame last week. The only horse to beat Mr. Quickie this preparation.
Unbelievable to stay on his feet. Unbelievable to stay on his feet last week.
Yeah, $12. That's a play.
That was my only knock, Gerard. Whether he's come out fully sound out of that race.
Wouldn't be getting on the float if it wasn't. It's the play at $12. We can
righto, Danny. Thanks, Danny O'Brien.
No worries. David, you can catch us each and every week for Getting the Jump on the Tab blog. Great to have you on as always, Mark. Good luck, punters. Enjoy.